Welcome to the Hamsi Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Pablo Navarro. Today is Friday, April 27, 2012. For the economic data, today we got GDP that came at 2.2% and we're expecting 2.5%. For the markets, the S&P 500 futures saw a high of the day of 1402.75 and a low of the day of 1393. We closed at 1399. Today's volume was 1.6 million contracts and the 20-day moving average is 1.8 million contracts. For the Nasdaq futures, we saw a high of the day of 27.46 and a low of the day of 27.18.25. We closed at 27.38. Today's volume was 210,000 contracts and the 20-day moving average is 280,000 contracts. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline differential closed at 916. The Nasdaq advanced decline differential closed at 776. There were 71 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and 2 new 52-week lows for the S&P 500. For the volatility, there were 270,000 contracts traded on the VIX today. The total premiums was $39 million. For the dollar-weighted put-call ratio in May, we saw a 0.55 reading with 18% of the total premiums paid. For June, we saw a 0.19 reading with 35% of the total premiums paid. With July, we saw a 2.17 with 17%. August, a 0.89 reading with 10% of the premiums paid. And September, we saw a 0.11 with 21% of the total premiums paid. Okay, here we have the daily chart for ES. As you can see, we were 2.5, 2.25 handles above today, which is good for the markets, the fourth day of a rally. You can see here the CI diff is now positive, pointing upwards, which is very good. We're now on the weekly chart for the Sigma channels. We had a big bar, green bar, which is positive. Now again we closed on the positive 1, positive 2 Sigma channels, which is good. That was where we've been the whole rally of the 2012. So we're looking for a higher high next week and maybe test the highs of the year, even go and make new highs for the year. So you could see here again, CI on the weekly just turned neutral, which is good. We were negative for the last couple of weeks, so that's some interesting points there, maybe going higher from here on. This is the daily chart with the moving average. As you can see, we made a new high today on the week, which is positive. Again, we need to go and test these highs, maybe even break them. Now we're gonna look at the weekly chart for ES here. Again, very close to the trend line that I've been talking about. It's important here that we break that trend line and go higher. Test a couple of times there, maybe act some support and then go even higher from the weekly perspective. So we're at very interesting levels right here. So keep an eye on those trend lines right now. Okay, here we have the daily chart for gold futures. Again, higher for the day, but basically flat. The important thing was we were able to test the 0.6 and keep above it, close above it, so it was important there. So you could see here the CID is now pointing higher, which is positive for higher prices in gold. Here, as you can see on the daily chart, again, good price action today after the reversal we saw 3 days ago. We have a good rally from those lows. Now we're gonna have to go and break this 1677 level to see higher prices. If not, that's gonna be a short-term resistance as it has been. So you can see here. So break that 1677, 780 level to go higher, or if not, maybe you'll just break lower and go and test the lows that we've been watching so far. For silver, same thing, basically flat today. Looks like more consolidation. We almost touched the 20-day moving average, but was not able to touch it. Still in the lower range of the 31 level. Not much positive action for silver, as you can see. Very different than for gold. This is the weekly chart, still red. We did come back from the lows, but still not very much positive action. Still downside from here. gold weekly chart, just for you to see a big green bar. Very nice action on the gold futures this week. Nice reversal that did not happen on the silver as we just mentioned. And now let's look at the VIX. VIX again today was basically flat, 0.5% higher, but we continue now to see some resistance at the 1714 level, which is the 50-day moving average. But looks like we're going to go and test those 15 levels at the range we were on March. So keep an eye for a lower VIX maybe with the stock market rallying right now. Keep an eye that also that we are at the end of the month, so maybe this is kind of a window dressing. We'll see what Monday and Tuesday gives us. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you Monday.